24 hours after winning their first tag titles in a career highlight ladder match at WrestleMania 16. Edge and Christian opened Raw's second hour for the follow-up promo in a segment with their two opponents gaining over 500,000 viewers to a 6.2 rating, with Edge and Christian working 3 tag matches for the rest of the month against 3 different teams ranging from a 5.9 rating against DX to a 7.3 against the Dudleys. Big Show's on-screen direction took a different turn a day after headlining WrestleMania, playing off his SNL performance a few weeks back in a more comedic character, working a match against Rikishi followed by him doing the dance routine and a segment doing a 6.3 rating, with Show building to a match against Angle at Backlash working against Val Venis the following week to a 6.7. while having his biggest number of the month on April 17 in an IC title match against Benoit doing a 7.1. X-Pac and Road Dogg's biggest number of the month saw them in the main event of Raw on April 17 teaming with Triple H in a 6-man tag match against Jericho and the Acolytes doing a 7.6 overrun, opening April with a 6.5 rating against Test and Albert followed by a 5.9 for a tag titles match against Edge and Christian. Bossman and Buchanan's biggest number of the month was also their biggest ever as a team, with them headlining Raw on April 10 in a handicap cage match against Rock drawing a 7.4 rating, while having another major number the following week in a tag titles match against Edge and Christian doing a 7.1, closing the month in a handicap match against Big Show doing a 6.4 to close out Raw's first hour. The Dudleys laid out Edge and Christian a day after the Triple Team ladder match on April 3 in a segment doing a 6.2 rating, setting up a tag match between them on April 24 doing a 7.3 rating in one of the highest rated hours of Raw in history, with the Dudleys' biggest number that ended up as a result boosting their entire monthly average coming in different circumstances with a 7.7 rating on April 17. With their match against Snow and Blackman taking place in the second half of the quarter that spiked big for Rock's promo reacting to Linda announcing Austin's return minutes early. A day after winning the IC title at WrestleMania, Chris Benoit defended the belt for the first time to close out Raw's first hour in a match against Taz doing a 5.9 rating, followed by him being part of a Radicals vs. Too Cool 6-man tag match jumping over 500,000 viewers to a 5.7, with Benoit facing Big Show in another IC title match on April 17 during Raw's second hour doing a 7.1 rating, before closing the month working 2 matches on the night, first defending the title again against Road Dogg to a 6.6 while over an hour later being revealed as Hunter's mystery partner in the main event against Rock and Jericho doing an 8.6. In a match originally promoted as a non-title match before Raw went on the air, Jericho challenged Triple H to put the belt on the line to open the show on April 17 in a match which saw Jericho winning the title to a massive reaction, doing a 5.9 first quarter before jumping over 1.1 million viewers to a 6.7 rating, with Jericho opening the month in another title match against Eddie Guerrero for the European title doing a 6.5 rating, with him main eventing Raw on April 17th and 24th, first in a 6-man tag with the Acolytes against DX doing a 7.6 rating, followed by him teaming with Rock against Hunter and Benoit doing a big 8.6, with Jericho in the follow-up of his title win also confronting Hunter to lay him out on the same night in a segment jumping over 1.6 million viewers to a 6.8 rating during Raw's first hour. After being off television in the past week, Vince McMahon arrived to the building to open Raw's second hour on April 24th for his first response promo on Rock and Austin teaming up at Backlash in 6 days, recapping the last week, talking about Austin and Rock's history trying to turn them on each other, with this segment picking up huge with the vast majority of the WCW audience tuning into Raw when Nitro went off the air, bumping Raw to a near-record 8.1 rating with over 10.2 million viewers, with Vince opening Raw in the first 2 weeks of the month, first with a 6.8 rating for the follow-up promo day after turning heel on Rock in the WrestleMania main event to open the show with its most-watched opening quarter in history, while a week later confronting Rock with a promo explanation for the turn doing a 5.9. With Triple H continuing to be heavily featured all over the main storyline between Rock and McMahon, with WWF viewership at record levels on both Raw and SmackDown, Hunter had a massive viewership gain of around 10 million viewers, being involved in most of the big promo segments alongside the McMahons to massive spikes over the month, with Triple H having perhaps one of the most memorable shows of his career on April 17th, opening Raw in a title match against Chris Jericho, followed by him calling out Earl Hebner to reverse the decision in a matching segment jumping over a million viewers to a 6.7 rating, with Hunter over an hour later also main eventing the show in a 6-man tag match with DX picking up another million viewers to a 7.6 overrun, with Hunter a week earlier working an unusual WWF title match against Taka to open Raw's second hour in a match gaining over 900,000 viewers to a 6 rating, closing the month in a record Raw broadcast peaking at record levels in the main event tag match that saw him and Benoit teaming against Rock and Jericho to a huge 8.6 rating in the overrun. With the company not delivering the expected Rock title win everything was building towards at WrestleMania 16, the follow-up of Vince's turn on Rock saw Raw a day after a record WrestleMania pay-per-view opening, with the most-watched opening segment in Raw history kicking off with over 8.5 million viewers, with Rock almost 2 hours later taking out the McMahons in a promoted match against Shane McMahon, jumping over 1.7 million viewers to a peak 7.6 rating and over 9.8 million viewers, with Rock continuing the month at record levels, opening Raw the following week in front of an hometown crowd in a confrontation with Vince to set up the main event handicap cage match against Bossman and Buchanan, picking up over 1.2 million viewers to another peak 7.4 rating, with Rock coming out at the top of the hour on April 17, minutes after Linda McMahon announced Austin's return in his corner, to lead to a rare situation of Raw peaking already at 10 p.m. as Rock's promo reacting to the announcement saw Raw spiking over 1.8 million viewers to a show-high 7.7 rating, setting up the final Raw to the Backlash pay-per-view targeted to be one of the biggest shows in company history, cutting the final selling promo followed by the main event tag match of Rock and Jericho against Hunter and Benoit going 7 minutes, with the match along with Rock's pre-match promo jumping over 1.6 million viewers to peak the night at an 8.6 rating and over 10.7 million viewers, one of the top 3 highest viewerships ever recorded in show history, as Raw overall drew an all-time record opposed rating with a 7.2 rating, with the second hour on the back of the McMahon-Rock promos and main event tag match, becoming the most watched hour of Raw in history, with the first ever hour of weekly WWF television to reach the 10 million viewers mark for the full hour.